Hey, it's Tay, and welcome back. We shamelessly gushed over some artists in my last video, but how about we get back to art tips? Today we are going into shading. I've mentioned before that lines are the bread to your butter, and that coloring is the butter to your bread. Shading, however, is the bacon. My favorite part of breakfast, and I know that's my redneck talking, but let me take a step back before I make a midnight bacon run to the store. Shading is an awesome tool that has a place in every single piece. And I'm going to try to give a few pointers in this video, but before I do that, the speed paint I have for you today has a little bit of blood and just a little bit of gore. If that's a problem for you, I would either stop now or continue with that in mind. If you're cool with it, let's get into the video. So, I may make a series out of this because the ways to shade is vast. Way too vast for me to try to shove each and every one into one video. So to make this first video a little easier, we'll talk about what not to do and hopefully hit every style. My first tip, mark your light source. Yeah, just take the 2 seconds to either mark your piece or grab something to put down as a reference. You'll make things way easier for yourself, and trust me, it's worth the time. I know it seems stupid, but I really do recommend doing this. It's really just too quick and it's way too helpful, so please do. Onwards to something a little bit more difficult. Remember that even if you're blending, there is still shape to your shadow. Overblending is a bad idea, and you'll just end up with sporadic gradients rather than shadows. Also, if you're making a clean cut in your shadow instead of blending, you obviously need to think of shape as well, or you'll have random blocks of color. When you use things like cross-hatching too, shape keeps your piece from looking chaotic, so keep this in mind as you draw. Next up is 3. Considering the lighting. This is going to be a little more difficult for me to explain, but I'm going to try my best and hope I don't fail completely. If you are in a dark room with a bright light source, the contrast will be extreme. If you are in a dark room with a dark light source, everything will be darker with less contrast. Same with a light room and a bright light source. This time though, everything will be brighter instead. I really hope that made sense. I think I did an okay job, but of course if you have any questions, leave a comment. Although just know that I'm not what you would call a professional. Anyways though, my last bit of advice is just shade in general. This may sound stupid to you, but honestly, as long as you give a solid attempt at shading, you'll find that every time you draw, it'll get better. You'll always get better if you always give your strongest attempt. And when people criticize you and tell you, hey, you should do something like this rather than do this, and it comes from a genuine place, listen to them, because they really do want to try. They're trying to help you. Although real quick, you might have noticed I said genuine. That's because if they're not coming from a good place and they're just being unprofessional about it, you don't owe them anything. Just wanted to get that out there real quick. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope that this was informative, and I hope that you got something out of it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, a great night, whatever time frame you're at, and have a great life. Hope to see you again. Bye. I forgot my line. I straight up just forgot my line. Crap. I literally just sat there for a second like, wait, what? Dang it. Oh, shoot. My dog's looking at me weird right now, too. He's like, what is wrong with you? Why are you laughing at yourself? You're crazy.